right, we're back. And today we're just going to kind of chit-chat. We tried to do a podcast last weekend at Arcadia Hills.
Yeah, tried being the main word.
We could not get it together. The whole day we were like, well, I feel like we need it. So there were what, 7 of us?
Something
6
like
of
that.
us. And we had a little girls' night at the cabins. Side note, if you guys have not checked out Arcadia Hills, it's amazing. And we have a booking code. It's Coco10. It's beautiful. I've now been 3 times and I want to live there.
Yeah, I've been twice and love it. I would go back any weekend.
It's a great place for like a girls' night to book a cabin.
Girls'
You're like
night,
kind of off the
family
grid.
night. Honestly, it would be really cool to like. We did like a retreat there the first time, and that was really cool. And then the second time we went, we did like just like a girls' night, and that was fun. I feel like you can utilize it for so many different things.
Yeah, but we were like, no, everybody needs to be a little more tipsy first. And then it was
First mistake.
We also thought it was like 10:30 at night, and it was 7 o'clock.
Okay, to be fair, it got dark at 4 o'clock. We've been going all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like in the middle of the woods. This isn't like there's streetlights. It looked like it was midnight.
Like you couldn't walk outside without a flashlight. That's how dark it is there, and it's all windows. So like it felt so late. And we looked at the time and we're like, it's 7 o'clock.
Oh, well, but before we even looked at the clock, we were like, all right, let's have a few drinks and then we'll start the podcast. So we did that and we started chit-chatting. They were like, all right, let's start the podcast. But like, what time is it? Because we might be pushing it. And then we were like, it's 7 o'clock.
And we just had the giggles so freaking bad. We could not get it together.
No.
And eventually Lauren made the call after like 25 minutes of us just like literally giggling
25 minutes.
nonstop.
I thought was an hour. I was like, God, can you imagine how much we just recorded? And I was like, everybody, I want you to know that was 25 minutes.
Oh, let's talk about the octopus movie.
Yeah. But what I wanted to say was what we found really hard and what we spent a good chunk of the 25 minutes doing was going over, okay, so when we record this, you have to talk in the mic and you have to pass it.
Yes.
And it's just so hard because we all wanted to chit chat and we had a lot of fun with it. We learned that Michelle needs to be on the radio. She's going to be, we're going to try to get her on next week's podcast because she has a really great, like,
Shelby
on the blitz. She has a really great, like, just speaking voice and she's just a really cool, interesting person. So
yeah, she is. She's the best. And she also that night convinced us to watch this show called The Octopus Teacher.
Yeah, it's not old, or it's not new.
Yeah.
It's old. It was like blew up on Netflix maybe like a couple years ago.
Yeah, I had never heard of it.
Okay, I had heard of it, but
That's so funny.
Didn't
I
really
had
have any
literally
interest.
never heard of it, and my older sister said that she
It was
and
really
her
big.
husband watched it. Yeah. It's interesting if you guys haven't watched it.
I also realized why Free Solo is blowing up
why.
because he's coming out with a new special on the 23rd. He's going to like Dubai and climbing a
Stop! I can't.
skyscraper,
Shut
and
up.
they're live streaming it on Netflix on the 23rd, which feels really dangerous. But we'll come back to that. Anyways,
Have we
Octopus Teacher.
talked about that yet?
No, but let's talk about it after this.
Okay.
Octopus
So
Teacher.
yeah, Octopus Teacher is like basically this scientist that kind of falls in love with a fucking octopus. It's really weird.
All right,
Although Michelle made us think that they were going to be like banging.
We were all like, what's going to happen? Like, is this octopus going to do something
She's like,
inappropriate?
no,
She's
you
like, no, you guys
guys.
just wait. Like, they're in love. And so we were like waiting for like an intimate moment.
Yes, I was going to say the octopus
That never
give him
came.
a handy or something.
Yeah, that never came. I think just genuinely because he's probably like a marine biologist and he's just so into this, like this experience was
Which
just
if
like
that was your
life-changing.
job, it would be pretty incredible. But
I mean, I think that the way he words things where like sometimes you're like, okay.
yeah, I mean, he's definitely like crazy smart on the spectrum, awkward, but like
I learned a lot.
I did too.
And I was really intrigued and I did not realize octopuses were so smart.
Is that the plural of octopus?
Octopi? Octopus?
Octopi?
I don't know.
I'll have to look
Octopus.
that up.
Octopi. I don't know.
I
I'm
also
gonna
the
ChatGPT
whole
that.
time was just like, ugh, because I just think underwater creature, they give me the creeps so bad, especially this octopus. Like it's just the creepiest looking creature ever. It kind of gave me nightmares.
Okay, singular you can say octopus.
Okay.
Plural you can say octopuses.
Okay.
You can say octopi, but technically it's not like
Okay. So I guess octopuses.
octopi is widely understood but more informal. Octopodes is Okay, that's crazy.
What?
Octopodes is correct, but mostly used by language nerds or academics.
Octopodes?
Apparently. I think that's stupid.
We need to whip that out.
I'm gonna
Like,
get my
sound real
octopodes.
smart.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the last time we attempted to podcast, but we're back now.
Yeah.
And
And speaking of podcasts, documentaries.
oh yeah.
We watched that Octopus Teacher and we were all like just
Yeah.
honed in. And then Elizabeth was telling me to watch Free Solo, which this came out years ago, probably like 10 years ago.
Really? That
I think
long?
it was like 2017.
Damn.
18.
It was
maybe
new
not.
to me.
But okay, so it was out. It has become a resurgence. I just realized this because I went down a deep dive of his whole life.
I'm so glad
It's become a resurgence because on the 23rd on Netflix, he's now climbing to set a new world record, a skyscraper building.
So this guy is a rock climber.
Yes. His name is Alex Holden, something like that.
Yeah.
His first name's Alex. And he climbs El Cap, which is apparently like this really hard in Yosemite, that's like really hard rock to climb. 30 people before him have tried and died.
Like the epicenter of like the rock climbing world.
Right.
Like it's like the
Yeah.
thing
It's like this
to try
flat
to
rock,
climb.
which
it's
seems
the
crazy.
most freaking insane thing ever. And he does it with no ropes.
Yeah. So most rock climbers, again, I learned a lot. They go up and they like attach things and rope and climb together and whatnot. And people have obviously, so when you climb alone with no ropes, it's called free soloing.
Yes.
And a lot of people have tried to free solo this El Cap mountain, and 30 people have tried and
They fall to their death.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is so crazy. And so this documentary is basically filming his attempt at free soloing El Cap. And it's so interesting because the filmmakers were saying like their struggle with like ethics and like, okay, he's going to do it whether we film or not. But is this unethical if he falls to his death and we've just stood here watching by and filmed this?
And like the odds that he would fall to his death are very, very, very high.
I mean, nobody's done it before.
Yeah.
So like it is higher than the odds of succeeding.
It took him like 4 hours.
Yeah. So he tried one time and he stopped.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't feel right about it.
Yeah.
I don't, whatever. And then he does do it. And the whole time I'm like, please tell me we're not going to watch him fall to his death.
That's the only thing that's the only way I could watch it was like knowing that he didn't, because I was so tense.
I knew he wasn't going to fall to his death, and my shoulders were to my ears.
Oh, same.
I was
even
freaking
knowing
out.
that he doesn't die.
The little crevices he's in, he's like hanging by his fingers on this, and they like pan down to show how high he is. And I mean, I about threw up.
Oh my God. I know. Seeing pictures like zoomed out of this freaking rock, and he is a literal speck. And I mean, he's like, what would you call that? It's like the opposite of vertical, like upside down almost climbing in a couple places with no ropes, no parachute.
All he has is a truck bag.
Yeah.
And he explains why, and I'm not on the documentary, but I was looking this up later, like why they don't have a parachute.
Yeah.
And he was explaining why. He was like, it wouldn't do anything for you as a rock climber because of the way that the mountain is. When you fall, you just fall into like the rock.
The rock.
Yeah, like there's no way to get yourself propelled
Far
out enough for it to go. So he's like, it doesn't really matter. You're still going to fall to your death.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So
and he
why?
like openly like talks about that. Like,
But he does say, it's interesting. He's like, I don't, because I think the assumption at first was like, is this a suicide mission?
Right.
And he's like, I don't want to die. Like, I do fear death.
He just like doesn't let himself think about that.
Yeah, he just has a really different mindset, and it's crazy, and it's quite the feat. But anyways, so recently watched that.
God, he's gonna be on a live stream of a skyscraper.
Yeah, I'll show you the video later because I've been meaning to show you or send it to you because I'm like, it's crazy. He is now married with 2 kids because I looked
Which
that up.
I didn't know, and I love that. The girlfriend that is in Free Solo that you see is his wife now.
Yes, and they have 2
kids.
little girls. And they like hike with their little girls. And
my God,
it's crazy.
so great.
But it's interesting in the documentary, like she says before, he doesn't tell her at first that he's going to do it because he doesn't want anybody to be like scared or whatever.
Yeah.
But she kind of gets the feeling and she asks him, are you going to free solo El Cap tomorrow? And he's like, I don't know. And she's like, are you going to? And he's like, yeah, I think so. And she says,
oh my God, can you imagine?
she says to him, like, I'm just genuinely curious, like, do you taking anybody else into account or just yourself? And he says, like, just myself. Like, he's honest about it. It's interesting because she's actually a life coach and she runs this like retreat and stuff. And so I'm like, she probably has a very good understanding personality.
Yeah.
And she even says about this upcoming one, because people are asking, like, you have kids now and stuff. And he says, like, yeah, I know. And like, that does make me think a little bit more. However, like, you can't like live in fear and all this stuff. And she says, like, I just support him because it's what Alex loves. And if like, I would never want to squash. I don't know. It's crazy. She has a really interesting outlook on it.
I feel like a skyscraper is probably easier.
Well, I was looking into that, and because it's so like slick and stuff, not so much like at least the rock. There's like more to grip onto, in the chalk, like kind of like
yeah, that makes sense.
Because there was another skyscraper at first that I guess people had reached out to him about doing, and he said he's like, I could do it. Yes, I could. He's like, but I don't want to because it's
not really that big of a deal.
Because for example, like for El Cap, he trained for years. Yeah, and he's like, do I want to train for years for this? Like, I don't want to. Could I do it? Yes, I know I could, but I said no to that. But apparently saying yes to this. So anyways, before the 23rd, watch that if you...
It's like something that I feel like anyone would get into. Like even like I want my oldest to watch it with me because I think that he would be so like intrigued by just like the focus and the discipline and like, it's incredible. Do not try it at home.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't think I'm going to be showing my kids that anytime soon. But
it's
anyway,
crazy,
so that's like kind of shows as of recent. You last night went to one of our favorite restaurants.
Yeah.
Tell us how it was.
Oh, I had the best day yesterday. Okay. So I also have a really funny story that I was thinking about driving here that I forgot to tell you. Yesterday when we woke up, so Peter left this morning to go to Orlando for this like car show with a couple friends. And so the friend of ours that he's going with, his brother's name is Adam. He did Peter's vasectomy. Okay.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So we're like getting ready in the morning and I was like, so who's going with you? And he was like, Adam's coming now. And I was like, oh, Adam, thinking that it was like this other friend of ours. Adam, and he was like, what? I mean, you trusted him to touch my balls. And I was like, what?
Excuse me?
I was so confused. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Do you have something to tell me?
And he's like, you trusted him to touch my dick. And I'm like, what?
You're
the
like,
fuck
okay, I'm getting confused. Please clarify.
And he's like, my vasectomy. And I'm like, oh my God, that Adam.
Yeah, God, lead with
like,
that. You're like,
we
I'm starting
were
to tweak.
cracking up about it last night.
That's hilarious. I love that.
But anyway, then we met Savvy and her mama, and we went to some like antique shops in Plain City, which is truly our newest obsession.
Yeah,
I like love. I could walk around.
There's
in them
something so fun
forever.
about just walking around and
the like satisfaction of finding like something super cool
and niche
and not brand new.
No,
it's so cool.
And there's just so many different things. Like you kind of have to be in the right mindset to go.
Oh yeah,
because it's a lot of
clutter
everywhere.
It's a lot of clutter, but like there are some,
but it's kind of fun
gems.
Yeah.
I found a really cool jacket yesterday, and I got these like real bowling ball pins for our like basement shelves.
The jacket is so cool.
What did you get? Did you get anything?
I didn't get anything antiquing yesterday.
I got a puzzle.
I did get a few like scrap paper things for my junk journal, but I really didn't get anything. That's the thing about antiquing. Sometimes you can go and you find so many things.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you go and you're like, that was fun. I didn't find anything, but it was fun. That was me yesterday, which I kind of still I love going. The point is you have to go often for that reason, because sometimes you hit big, sometimes you don't.
So these two gems that I found were at this place in Plain City. Lauren luckily warned me because she had been here before. But you walk in and there are birds.
Real live birds.
And they squawk at you. There's also a cat that kind of roams around. And I'm just really glad you told me that.
There's a bearded dragon in a cage.
Oh, yes. It's a very eclectic place. But they have some great shit in there.
Yeah, it's an interesting vibe in there. But honestly, it's so fun.
It's kind of scary when you first walk in because there's like all these like old dolls and shit. And then you open the door and there's birds squawking at you.
You're kind of like, what is happening?
I kind of
feel like that's the whole time I'm in there. But
okay, so we did that. And then we got some lunch at the cheese house. And then I came to work and got a bunch of stuff done. We got like so much cute spring shit in. Props to Lauren. She did so great with the buying. I cannot wait to try it on. Okay, so Peter and I did a date night, which reminded me to come back to the roommate situation we were talking about yesterday. But we did a date night downtown, and we stayed at the Hotel Levesque, and then we went to Agne for dinner. So which is such a gem of a restaurant. It's in German Village. If you guys have like something special, it's not cheap. So
and it's not a restaurant
occasion.
You would go to every day.
No, not at all. But it's really, really awesome. It's in German Village. It's like
it's an experience.
It's very much an experience. It's 12 small courses. It's a set menu by the chef. They have like wine pairings with each one, a sommelier that comes over, and it's so good. I will say, though, I feel like the food was better when we went.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it was amazing.
What was like the kind of the change up?
So it was the same kind of menu where he does like twists on like American dishes, but like I felt like this time it all tasted kind of like Indian food. Like there was like a curry taste in almost every dish.
So that might have been the spin that he was putting on it this time, though.
Maybe. Which that is like, yeah, that's what they said. It was like his, takes on, which he's like Bengali, which is that in India?
I'm not sure.
I'm not either. But it was still absolutely amazing. And the wine was really good. And it's just such a cool spot. It's like in a little house in German Village. It's really small. They take such good care of you. The service is amazing.
The service is...
The toilet seats are heated.
Yeah, let's get back to the bathroom. The service is amazing. You get all different servers that come to your table, and they're all just a delight. The bathroom was the first time we had experienced a heated toilet seat with a bidet.
Yeah, the bathrooms are great.
We were like, what? Yeah. They actually had somebody come from Japan, I think, to come paint the bathrooms or something.
Oh, that's cool. I could see that. I could see that. Everything, though, like Peter was debating a cocktail, and she was like, they all sound kind of weird, but like they're all so good. And so we both got a cocktail. Mine was like kind of their take on like a spicy margarita.
Oh, nice.
It was so good.
It's very personalized. Like the first time we went, wait, have I been 3 times now? I think so.
No, I think you've gone twice.
Okay, maybe. It was the first time I went with you, though?
No, the first time you went was with Hunter and a couple other people, I think. And then we went for Christmas last year, the Cocoa Girls.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to think about that. But anyways, each time they've put their own little like personal touch on it.
Yes.
Like Stav and I went to the restroom the one time we went, and we went back there, and you can like kind of like peek in the kitchen. They actually have a table back there, but we like peeked back, and one of the chefs was like, "Oh, come on back," and we just started chit-chatting with them, and then we somehow started doing tequila shots in the back with the staff back there, and they were just so fun and so nice. And then when I went with my husband and some friends, they gave us this like cleansing palette shot that was like really gross but really cool, and like
we had that last night. It was like a smoked broth shot.
Oh, we did that. Was different than ours. Ours was almost like a Jaeger, like I don't know, it was really weird.
Oh, really? Okay, so this wasn't alcohol. This was like right when we checked in.
Okay,
they gave us this like smoked vegetable broth, which I was like, okay, how good can that be? It was so good.
Oh, that's
like,
cool.
Everything is just like so flavorful and so different. Like,
I
they
just
explain them to you each dish, and you're like, and then
you're
you
like, I'm
eat
probably
it,
not gonna like that, and then you're like, that was amazing.
I'm trying to think what my favorite one was. So last night, one of the first ones was like the dish was like a play on McDonald's. And there was like a little McRib is back, quote unquote. And it was like this teeny tiny like rib sandwich with a pickle. And that was so good. And then there was like a French fry, but it was like coated in like chickpea powder or something.
This
like
all sounds so weird. If you're listening, you're probably like, this sounds like I'm not going to like it. It was
Which you
really
can't though
cool.
if you're a picky eater. Like, just don't even bother with it.
Yeah, you
if
have
you're
to be
a picky
kind of
eater.
open to eating. And I'm going to be honest, I don't like spicy.
Yeah.
And my husband is allergic to dairy, so I was a little nervous to go, but it was wonderful.
And they ask you that like a million
they were
times,
amazing.
and they'll accommodate.
They
which
were
is
amazing.
so awesome. I'm trying to think what the third thing. Oh, it was a a chicken nugget, but it was like chicken thigh and the breading was something or other. And then it had like a sweet like jam on it. Oh my God. It was so good.
Oh, I want to go back.
That one was really fun.
Since but like, I think they seasonally change it.
Yeah. He said, so the like menu last night was the Midwest Revival or something like that, which is what it was when we went. But he was like, oh, it's definitely going to be completely different from what you had. But yeah, I feel like when we went, it was more of a range of like different dishes that all tasted so different. And I felt like last night it just, I mean, they were still all so freaking amazing. Yeah. But like if I had to pick food wise, I would say our time I liked better. Okay. But yeah, it was so much fun and so good.
Did Peter like it? Because that was his first time.
He loved it. Good. He absolutely loved it. Good. Although he was like really full by the end.
I mean, it
like they brought out the 11th course and we were like, oh my God, how many more
and when
do we
say
have?
Course, like it's kind of just like a little bite and you almost think like with the first one, you're like, God, am I going to be hungry at the end? Midway through, you're like, I'm going to just
I kept telling him, I was like, pace yourself, seriously, take like 1 or 2 bites and then like
but you're so hungry at first and you're like, it's so good, no, there's no way, and then you get to the end and they keep bringing them and you're like, oh my God, but they're so delicious. It's so good.
We also, pro tip, so you can do a wine pairing with each plate. And our waiter actually told us last night that ends up being about 3 glasses of wine. And Peter likes wine, but he would rather have a cocktail. So we split the wine pairing. They just brought 1 glass and we both like took a sip of each one. And I feel like that was so much better because I wasn't like hammered by the end.
Yeah, another pro tip.
3 glasses of wine is like a lot. Yeah.
My husband's the same. However, the first time we went, I got the like, there's different tiers to the wine tasting. There's just like the basic and then there's like the
Reserve.
Yeah. And I did the reserve and he did the basic because we were like, all right, let's really see if these wines are different. The reserve does more than the trick. I mean, sorry, the basic does more than the trick.
We did do the reserve this time just because I didn't do it last time.
Yeah, I thought that there was a few that I liked better in the basic because we tried both of each other's just to compare. And the reserve was good. It was really good. But I do think that like if you're going and you're like, God, I don't know what to do, it'll be okay to just do the regular. It's still like 100% amazing.
How they have they have a sommelier come out with every wine pairing. And I always just find that so interesting. Like the first glass of wine last night, I never knew this about champagne, but he was saying that like champagnes that have tinier bubbles they taste better because they're like the flavor's able to disperse in your mouth better and then you're not like burping as much afterwards and stuff. And I was like, as I drank it, I was like, holy shit, that is so like it was so
smooth. Give the best facts and I learned there.
It's so interesting. I like want to be a sommelier.
It was so cool when we did the reserve and the like basic wine. There was one where we got the same like type of wine and he was like, these are actually from the same region on in the same area, and I was like, what's the difference? And he was like, one's at the top of the hill, one's at the bottom.
Yes.
And I was like,
the climate's different.
Well, he's that, but he also said that the runoff of water from the top of the hill runs to the bottom of the hill, and that makes growing the grapes and stuff very different and makes it like have a different flavor profile, whatever, because there's more water at the bottom. Yeah. And I was like, that is so crazy. Like I just wouldn't have known that, and that's like how they tier some of the wines because you're like, what makes this one better than the other?
Right.
And it's things like that, like
and like the aging, and yeah.
So you get a lot of like facts. I could have sat there and talked to them all day.
Okay, one of them that he brought out was a Riesling, technically, and I was like, ew. Like, I just associate Riesling with, like, grape juice. Like, we used to drink out of the bottle in high school. I cannot drink Riesling anymore, but it was, like, really dry. It tasted like Riesling, but it wasn't sweet. Yeah. And I was, like, asking him about that, and he's like, oh, yeah, that's actually a very common misconception about Riesling. It's all about, like, how they ferment it and, like, the sugar and all that stuff. But yeah, I told Peter, I was like, maybe my next life goal is to become a sommelier.
Well, so we were talking to them about how one becomes a sommelier, and it's very hard. There's a lot of work that goes into There's a full-blown test. Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
My husband has a friend that is a sommelier, and now he's like there's like tiers. Like you can be like a grand sommelier or whatever. But it's taken him like 6 years or something like that. Yeah,
it's not like you can just like get an online certificate and be a sommelier.
Yeah. I think it would be so fun.
It's really cool.
And I'm just intrigued by it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I woke up this morning. Peter went to the airport. His alarm went off at 3:30, and I woke up in a hotel bed all by myself. It was so quiet. I had a coffee, And
That's a treat.
it was such a treat. And Lauren and I were talking yesterday. I feel like it's such a normal thing the older we get to like get in this like rut sometimes of marriage where you feel like you're just roommates.
I was going to send you this morning.
Yeah.
Hillary Duff
Yeah.
is coming out with a song that's called Roommates.
Shut up.
I'll show you. I'll play you the preview after this. It played on my phone this morning and I was like, that was so bizarre.
We were just talking about that.
So freaking weird.
Yeah.
I'll play it for you later, like the clip that she put out because the whole song's not out. And I was like, wait, that felt so crazy.
That is so weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, just like the busier life gets, it's like so easy to just be like, when was the last time we even went on a date? Like just, especially like just us. Because a lot of times, you know, we went on vacation over Christmas, but it was like with a big group of friends and, you know, the guys inevitably sit on one end of the table and the girls sit on the other, like middle school dance style. But it was really nice. And I feel like it takes effort.
Yeah.
But it's
even when you get to the
normal.
date, Hunter and I have to actively say like, okay, we can't sit here and talk about the kids the whole time.
1,000%.
But then you're like, so what do we talk about?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's so normal because imagine, I mean, you feel that with anybody you lived with for so long. Like,
for sure.
It's just inevitable, but it's an effort to like.
Yeah, because I mean, it's normal. You just kind of go through the motions, especially when
life gets really busy.
Yeah.
You're
and you
left
have to
trying to stay
divide and
afloat.
conquer. Like half the time, you know, one of us has to take one kid to sport and the other has to take the other. And it's like just going through the motions. But
And dinner and lunches and backpacks and bills.
yes.
Like, it just gets busy. Life gets busy.
Well, and another thing we were talking about yesterday is like, I am so mentally tapped out by like 7:30 at night, and my husband's more of like a night owl. So like I am just tired. I don't want to talk to anybody at all. I want to just like sit
Totally.
and literally not think and not be social by that time of the night. So anyway, it was long
And my
overdue.
husband's
And
kind of the opposite. Like he'll get up and he'll be talking and I'm still laying in bed and I'm like,
yeah, he's a morning person.
and I will say, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but I can't talk about this yet. Like, I'm still opening my eyes. Like, I'm not there yet, and I'm not listening to a word you're saying.
Lauren's husband like never snoozes. He like
He'll get up
pops
the first time
out
his
of bed.
alarm goes off, and it's so satanic.
God, that is like so. That takes such.
And
discipline.
I'm the opposite, and he'll be like, I can't understand why you can't just get out of bed. I'm like,
Oh my
ugh.
God, what do you mean?
It's so hard.
How do you not understand that? Who wants to pop out of bed?
I want to.
I mean, I want to.
I actively want to not waste as much time laying in bed in the morning. I am not good at waking up. It doesn't matter what time I go to bed. I could go to bed at 6 p.m. the night before. I could go to bed at 11. I could go to bed at 2.
I know.
I
bed
will
is
not
just
pop out of bed.
So comfy.
And I don't like how it's cold out there.
I know. Well, that makes it a lot harder too. Like when it gets light earlier, I have a way easier time getting up in the morning. But when it's dark and cold, like
it's horrible. This is what the mornings consist of at our house. Hunter will be up. He'll have already made coffee, gone downstairs and worked a little bit. He'll come upstairs to shower before the kids get up. And it's me saying, can you turn on the big light? And he turns on the big light and I put my face mask back down and go, ugh.
Yes.
And then he's like, okay, you're going to get out of bed. I'm like, can you bring me my robe? It's too cold.
God, your face mask too. Like that probably makes it hard too because you don't see the light at all.
Okay, so that's another thing we should talk about. I didn't like set like year intentions like we were talking about, but I did kind of finally sit down and say like some things I'd want to like work on or be better about this year. And that was one of them is not having the morning feel so chaotic. And I know that entails me getting up earlier than I am. I got to figure out a way to become. I'm not going to become the person who's waking up at 5. I already know that. That's stupid. To even.
And you don't need to.
And I don't need to, and I don't want to be. But I need to get up a little bit earlier. So that's one of my goals. And another one is, this is going to sound really crazy, learning to like being alone more. When I'm alone, I'll often like call somebody on the phone or do something like I'm not good at just like being alone.
Yeah.
Like this morning, I did a little bit of work from home and then I made a coffee and I'm like walking aimlessly around my house. I'm like, I mean, there's a lot of things I could do, but I'm like, I'm not really even sure where to start. And I feel like I need someone to talk to. And then I was like, no. Put in your headphones, start listening to a book.
Yes.
So that's another goal of mine is like learning to be alone. Learning to be a outwardly facing better listener. Like I listen to people a lot, but I talk a lot, so it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
So I need to do a better job of letting people know that I'm listening. I am listening all the time, and I'm soaking up everything.
That's a really good
saying.
one. I'm sure everybody kind of feels that way. But yeah, especially if you're like
ADD.
Yeah. And I think that sometimes like my way of showing that I'm listening is by contributing to the conversation. But sometimes to your point, it's like, I don't need to say something. I need to just listen.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm very guilty of that. I will talk and relate, and then later I'll go home and have all this like social anxiety being like, why did I
let
just
them
listen?
talk?
Yeah, like did I just dominate that whole conversation just out of fear of like, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to do it. It's not in a purposeful way, but
I don't feel like you really do that bad.
Mm-hmm.
You just
I love to run my mouth.
overthink it.
Yeah, I don't pause before I speak. And I do overthink what I say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very much so. I'll ruminate on everything I say. For sure.
She'll like text me at 11 o'clock at night and be like, why did I say that 2 days ago when we were having coffee? I'm like, I don't even remember that.
Right. But I do. And it's like,
oh my God.
So, yeah. But in turn, that has led me to reading this book that I got at Our Favorite Thing. Okay. Next week, we're going to talk about this book, which will actually give me time to finish it before we talk about it. And it will give everybody else, if you have
I'll try
time,
to read it this weekend.
You can listen to actually, I'm reading a little bit, but I'm doing the audiobook because the author narrates it or reads it. And she's really good. But I'm reading that book on the Let Them theory.
Yep. Mel Robbins, right?
Yes, Mel Robbins. So if you have time this week, read it. It's kind of like self-helpy. However, it's one of those books that you're like, I can take bits and parts of this and apply it. So if you have time this week, listen to it. And we're going to talk about it next week. And I'm curious to see if people feel the same.
That would actually be kind of a fun little series, like for us to like read a book, not necessarily always self-help, but I do feel like there's always really good nuggets of like,
because I'm kind of weird about self-help books sometimes.
Yeah,
it
has
like,
to be the right one. I love all of Glennon Doyle's, but
yeah. So anyways,
I can't
Let
wait.
Them theory.
Yeah.
And we'll put it on our Instagram in case you don't like see this until later, but we'll just mention
we'll
it.
recap it
because
for
we're going
you
to recap it and talk it through and see like how we both maybe like saw things differently in it.
Okay, downloading. Okay. Talk to you guys next week. Okay. Bye.